Hi there, welcome. I just want to provide some commentary for the making of Fodder, which is a third-person game inspired by RTS games originally. So the whole thing with this game is I wanted to make it so that you could basically just worry about battling, not resource collection, and not kind of move away from the battle group. And so the idea is that you essentially play as a single target player, but depending on your actions, you can influence the actions of other players around you. So you essentially get weighted by the amount of courage that you have. So the main character, depending on what they do in the game, has a courage score, which you can see up in the top left. And if they're very courageous, then they get ability points. After you die, you can then spend these ability points so that you're a bit stronger the next time round. Well, that was the original part of the scope for the game. What ended up happening is essentially weapons, so collecting weapons and updating weapons, and ability points kind of got removed from the scope just so that things could get delivered on time. The main reason for this is that I was having to stream using pixel streaming, which I hadn't done before, so I kind of just need to give myself some time to be able to set that up. Ended up having to set up my own server as well, so I'm kind of glad I gave myself a bit more time for that. But essentially what we have is we have some more complex enemies and some more simple enemies, so in this case they're ghosts, and you have 3 classes that you can choose. The idea would be that you unlock different classes as well, but the point is each of the different classes has different playstyle and different things that they can do in order to ability points and things like that, or essentially have style in the game. So what happens is if you do specific things, you show courage, then you get rewarded with an ultimate ability. So in the case of the mage, it would mean that you can fire off giant projectiles for a while. In the case of the hunter, you can shoot 3 projectiles off in like a cone sort of shape. With a warrior, he attacks much faster and he's much stronger as well. So yeah, so going back to the courage, so you essentially have like a courage score. So it's is the player fighting new enemies, or are they just grinding enemies? Is the player like being active within a battle? Are they just running away from enemies? Are they deciding to attack enemies? Then you have a style score, so are the players doing the things which kind of they're meant to be doing? So for the archer, for instance, you have a specific timing. Are they shooting poison arrows because they're getting their timing right, or not? And then you also have different enemy types as well. So let's say you've got these green guys and you've got red guys and blue guys. They control different enemies. So if you're fighting all different types of enemies, then your novelty score is going to be higher, your courage is going to be higher if you're really aggressive. So your allies essentially will listen to you more depending on your courage score. So if you've shown lots of courage, then when you call them into battle, they're much more likely to listen to you. Technically speaking, it's just a ball with a weight, so the weight is how much courage you have. Again, a super simple kind of approach, but it seems to work in this particular setting, and obviously it was fairly easy to set up. So thanks very much for checking this out, and please, if you do get a chance to play the game, that'd be great. If you're playing remotely, if you can please download it rather than streaming. I think you'll probably have a better experience. Any questions or comments, please do let me know. Thank you.